Monday morning. Today we have library we're going to go do. Yeah, got my hair up, doing its thing. Then Carol Beth has art. And then we're going to come home. In fact, I'm trying to get an early start. It is 9:30. I am doing hamburger steak tonight. But I'm going to go ahead and get it started and get in my crock pot. Brian's girlfriend, they got back yesterday from Mobile, and she was talking about what we were having. He actually made her supper last night, and she wanted to know what we were having for supper tonight. And I told her, you know, I read off the menu. I'm like, well, we're down for hamburger steak and macaroni and cheese and fried okra. And she's like, what time? So she's coming tonight. So, and usually I try to pick an easy, kind of fast meal on Monday nights because I don't get home till 4, taking care of the art. So we usually don't come tooling in until about 4 o'clock. And I got to thinking, I don't want to be stressed last minute trying to get this hamburger steak going and frying the okra and doing the, macaroni and cheese. So I looked up slow cooker Salisbury steak, but I'm going to do it kind of like, with the brown gravy and the mushrooms and the onions. Yeah, that's what I mean. So I found this recipe, and it is actually from, and I had it. Hey y'all, how you doing? That would be the one piece of paper I threw away. Talk amongst yourselves. But yeah, they are Facebook official now. They are an item. So yay! Okay, this is from Spend with Pennies. And I will leave a link to her. It's Spend with Pennies. And I finally figured out, I don't know how I did it, but I got it to print from my phone to my printer. Don't know how, but I did do it. Okay, and this, it looks like it's real simple. What you're going to do is go ahead and place your mushrooms and onions in the bottom of your slow cooker. I can do that. Combine beef patty ingredients and form into 6 patties. Brown over medium-high heat, about 3 minutes per side. So you're going to go ahead and kind of sear them or brown them. You know, get them where they're in their shape. I wondered about that. There's a lady at church that brings the best Salisbury steak and onions. And I'm like, how in the handies does she keep them patties together? If I was to try to do it, it would be loose hamburger meat. You know, like sloppy Joe meat. But you sear your hamburger, you know, you go ahead and do your patties. And then you're going to layer your patties over the mushrooms. Combine your ingredients as far as your, let's see. Beef broth, brown gravy mix. This is calling for ketchup and Dijon mustard. I'm leaving all that out. And fresh parsley. What is cat after? Brian? I've never heard. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. What is he after? I've never heard him make that noise. Toot. My chair's flipped. This looks like something from one of the movies we've been watching on them scare shows. Okay, I don't even see the cat. Oh, there's the cat. What are you scuffing around for? Huh? Okay. I don't know what all that was about. Did y'all hear him? Okay, anywho, I am just gonna, because this is like doing like actual more of a tomato base. I don't want that because now that I'm reading the directions, it's calling for ketchup, Dijon, parsley I am going to add, and then toward the end, you go ahead and you layer your beef patties once you've seared them over your mushrooms, combine your, your brown gravy stuff, pour over beef and cook on low 5 hours. I figured it can do, I'll actually turn it on about the time we leave for art, because I'm trying to time it where if we eat about 5:30, that'll give me time to get home, get the noodles made, do my mac and cheese, and then fry the okra. So I counted back from then. That would be about noon, and that's about the time we leave for art. So you do it on low 5 hours. Once cooked, remove patties, set aside. Turn slow cook on high. Combine cold water and cornstarch. Stir in the broth and let cook a few minutes until thickened. Add beef back into the sauce to coat, and then serve over mashed potatoes or rice, which we are not having. We're just going to do the beef and gravy, which mashed potatoes do sound good, but I've already promised Brian his macaroni and cheese. He just likes the noodles and cheese. I might make some rice to go with it, though. I've got easy minute rice. I don't know if I have enough. That cat is going crazy. I don't know if I have enough. Yeah, I don't have enough to do for. I do have these big family packs of mashed potatoes. Because the more I'm talking about that gravy of mashed potatoes does sound good. And we like our carbs. We don't need that many carbs. Okay, so let me go ahead and get my brown gravy mix. I actually have a ranch. I was going to do that for my roast, though. I was going to do a Mississippi roast one night. Yeah, but I'm going to go ahead and get these hamburger patties made up and get them ready to go in the crock pot. But like I said, it's just like 9:40 now, so I can go ahead and get them cooked up, and yeah, we're going to kind of go from there. Okay, we're plugged in, we're tethered. Now that I've gotten to really reading this recipe, and I'm kind of going by it, I'm kind of not. It is almost like you're doing a meatloaf mixture. Like seriously, it's calling for the eggs, the breadcrumbs, called for minced onion, and the garlic, and the milk. And that's usually how I do my beef patties anyway. It looks like a meatloaf mixture. I did add, instead of the different spices and everything that it called for in the minced onion, I noticed I had 1 packet left of the onion soup mix. So, and that was going to be to go with my possibly my Mississippi roast. I kind of do it my own way too. I'm going to go ahead and get these skillets hot. I just mixed all this stuff up, and I will leave my variations. I mean, I will leave a link to the recipe in the description box, and then I'm going to also leave how I did it. And I didn't really truly measure anything out. I doubled it because I've got, it's calling for 1.5 pounds of ground beef. I've got about 3 1/4. So I'm doubling the recipe. It called for 1 egg. So I was going to use 2. Oh, I just noticed it said yolk. Ain't gonna hurt nothing having the white in there. I do it with meatloaf and hamburger patties all the time. One of my eggs that I used, and they were large eggs. They were in my Walmart pickup order a while back. that got screwed up. Hey, y'all. But one was a dinky egg. I don't know who did the sorting and separating on that one, but their name must have been Butterbean or Tater Tot, because that wasn't no large egg. That was a small egg. So I used 3 eggs instead of 2, instead of, you know, doubling. I just threw another egg on in there. And I am just using the best mixers God could give you, your hands. Get your hands on down in there. Some people have an aversion of they will not touch. How you gonna mix up your meatloaf or your hamburger patties? Come on now. Get your hands in it. That's why God made you washable, and that's why God made soap. Wash your hands. Wash them before you stick them in there, and wash them when you get done. Yes. So I'm just mixing this up. And I really and truly could have used a bigger bowl, but I could not find one. So, and I would angle the camera down, but now that my hands are all up in this, I guess I could get me a Scott towel. And I'm not like some of them fancy YouTubers that have 2 or 3 cameras. Hey, y'all. You just got to bear with my ugly old mug. Okay, let's see. I'm going to maybe look over. Let me get... Alright. I already got my cast iron skillet over here. Let's see, I'm trying to do this. And then I got my stainless steel skillet over here. Yeah, they're getting good and warm. This is what we're looking like. I mean, and I think we're mixed in pretty good. I'm not seeing like a big, huge wad of breadcrumbs. You're looking for like if you come across a big, huge wad of something. And I'm kind of even mixing through the center. I'm not seeing a big wad of just, yeah. Now, the way I will divide mine to make them kind of pretty much the same size. I'm going to turn that down. That is getting hot as blue blazes. Alright. That's the onion soup mix. We might can mix that in a little bit more. Alright. This is how I do to divide them up evenly. It's just something I do. My grandma taught me this. Take and divide in half. Take and divide that in half. Alright, now, if I know that we're having 6 people, I'm going to take and divide that in half, and that in half, and that in half, and that in half. And I'm going to scoop out that little bit right there. And we're going to see what this looks like as far as a patty goes. And that's how you divide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Should give us 9 patties, 9 good sized patties, and this will allow even for shrinkage. So, we are going to go ahead. Got a nice little sizzle in that cast iron. If it's good and hot and you've got cast iron that's good and seasoned, you don't have to worry about adding oil to it. It won't stick if you have it seasoned right. That one's going to be a little bit thicker, but that's okay. This one ain't going to get jealous. But see, that's a good, and like I said, it's going to allow, they're going to shrink some. But that is just how my grandma taught me how to kind of divide. You figure out how many people you got, and then that way you figure out how many wedges you need. And I always allow for a few extra. That way it makes for good. If you want to turn the lights out and give somebody a fork and they're fighting over it, there you go. There's dinner and a show. Alright, that one looks like it's a little skimpy, so I'm going to stick that with that. Yeah, I think that'll work about right. If you see that your fingers might have shied one a little bit more, just rob Peter to gift to Paul. You know what I'm saying? There, that's how Butterbean would do it. So, I'm just going to finish getting these in the skillets and getting them browned up. And we're going to see what we got. That made a good patty. Yeah, you're hearing that sizzle. That's my... I'll move y'all where you can see that one here in a second. I could not dig my other cast iron out. I've got two like that. That one is my grandma's. Honey, ain't nothing gonna stick to that sucker. That's the one you don't wash. You just kind of... You can scour it with a little bit of salt. And then if it gets kind of cakey, you can put it in fire and re-season. We do that about once a year or so. It just depends on how much use it got. Oh, this one's, well, that one was going to be huge. We're going to divide that a little bit more. Maybe we can invite somebody else. Or maybe that's the Lord's way of saying somebody's going to be showing up at the table. You know what I'm saying? I have had that happen before, where it wound up way more than I thought. And sure enough, here comes someone. And I was like, yeah, go ahead, get your chair. Come on, we got plenty. So, if the Lord's letting it work out where I got another hamburger patty, then that's the Lord's way of saying we're going to have us some more company. I wonder who it could be. Oh, it might be Luke and Maddie and the baby. There you go. So, we're going to see what this little... We're going to see if this makes too small of one. We're going to, if I add it to that one, that's a plump and chunky one. It was not enough for two, but too big for one. So what are you going to do? You're just going to make a plump and chunky one. We'll give that one to Fat Man. That looks like a good Fat Man one. Alright, so I'm going to wash my nasty hands and I will be back. Okay, you can see my steel skillet here. And I'm getting this Big Daddy that I put in the center because that's where it gets the hottest. I flipped these two too soon. They have not seared on that side yet, and they started to fall apart. So that's where I love my cast iron skillet. I know I'm getting a sear on those. Do you see how do you see how those have that seared look and they aren't falling apart? And then if you see these two, see how that kind of started cracking? Yeah, you don't want that. You want them like that, where they're like seared. Not really burnt, but, you know, got a good sear to them where they'll hold their shape. And that one's doing pretty good. And I got one more to flip. And it's doing pretty good. So all told we got 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All total I've got 10 patties. Ooh. Hey y'all. All total I got 10. There are 5 of us. Well, 6. Like I said, God's letting me know somebody else is going to be coming. I don't know who, but we're going to have a hamburger steak for them. I'm just saying. these in my cast iron are probably almost done. It is 11:15. I decided I am just going to take baby girl. The way she acted when I told her that Brian was going to take her. Yeah. I'll take her. Brian didn't want to. She don't want him to. So, that means Mama's gotta. And my leg and back are about to kill me, but you gotta suck it up and do what you gotta do, right? I'd have to take her if he was at work. I mean, you know. So, I gotta do what I gotta do. If I step a certain way, or if I walk a certain way, oh Lord have mercy, does it let me know. I gotta run to do something with this hair. I am not gonna leave it like this, that's for sure. I do look like a librarian lady, don't I? So, and I don't know if I'm hurting because we're supposed to be getting some more thunderstorms rolling in. I don't know. I did have me for like brunch. I just took a banana and cut up and put my yogurt. I had that, got my medicine. So I do have food in my stomach with my medicine. That was something I got in trouble about. I got to where I was cutting back on eating because I'm pumping junkie. So, I mean, you know. But, yeah, see, this is that patty that was falling apart. We're going to flip it back over and see if we can get, yeah, see it seared on that one side. We're going to see if we can get it to hold together. Come together. Yeah, these in my iron skillet are doing amazing. You only want to brown them. So I think I'm actually going to pull those off. Because they're going to finish cooking in the crock pot. And you want those juices. You just want to brown the outsides. Because you want that juice, grease, your hamburger steak, your juices, to flow down and mix in with them onions and saute. I almost bought some fresh mushrooms the other day at Aldi. And I thought, no, what would I use them? And then it occurred to me, you goofball, you needed them for hamburger steak. So, I'm just going to add this whenever I get ready to start doing my gravy, like actually making up my gravy. It'll be alright. Whenever I get ready to actually start making up my gravy, I'll add those to it. That's no big deal. I pulled my iron skillet off the heat. I'm just kind of letting those finish back up. I cranked my heat up on this one a little bit. Those have like some thicker ones. It's got the big Mac Daddy one in the center. And it's not searing. It doesn't get near as good a sear as cast iron. So I'm partial to cooking in cast iron. I'm gonna kill Brian. He's got my Dutch oven. That was my grandma's, and it was her mama, so it was actually my great-grandma. Yeah, it was my great-grandma's. My grandma was born in 1904. So let's do the math on that, shall we? Her mother actually died when she was 4. So her daddy married her mother's sister, so her aunt became her stepmother. Did y'all follow that? And that was just common practice back in that day of if, the wife died and left a bunch of young children. If there was an unwed sister, it was just common practice for the unwed sister, the aunt, to kind of take on the role of mom and marry the husband. It was that way in the Bible, and I mean, you know, I guess it carried on through. Hey, how y'all doing? We in Alabama. Anywho, hamburgers. This is just kind of sizzling and doing. Yeah, he's starting to hold together now. I'm going to flip him back. I was just trying to see if I had a good, we had a good margin now where we weren't going to be falling apart. I think we're going to be all right with that one. I got to think about something for me for lunch, because we are going to have to eat and run. I was going to try to do a cheesecake for tonight, and I do not foresee, my Mac Daddy's sticking. I don't foresee that happening. So, it is what it is. Alright, I'm going to start getting these in the crock pot, and we'll see y'all this evening. And just kind of on a healthy note, like I said, I am going to take care of the art. I've decided it's 11 o'clock. We have to leave here about noon, 12:15. So for lunch, I am getting me just some raw, those little mini sweet peppers, some carrot chips. I've got a bag of fresh loose spinach that's washed and ready to eat. I'm just taking a good handful. Yeah. And I'm just gonna get one of my containers to put this in. My cabinet is staying organized. Let's see if I've got enough battery. Yeah, I do. I can untether y'all. So far, so good. Look at that. I think they know I will kill them within an inch of their life if they screw it up. But everybody has commented on how easy it is to find containers now. I see a few things that are out of place, but that's okay. It's okay. It's easier for me to spot those things immediately. That's like I noticed. Here's this little container, and you look up back up there, which they aren't going to look. I mean, you know, I know that's fine, but so that didn't take me 2 seconds to alleviate that problem. These are still some that we have like odds, kind of like those odd socks. I'm going to give it another week. If these have not found a home or a match or a partner, or however you want to look at it, they're going in the garbage. These are my fresh mates. That's my little ones. I am going to take this large one to put my spinach in. But yeah, so for those of you that have asked and were wondering how the plastics cabinet is working out, it is working out wonderfully. They know if they need a little one, just grab that and go. Fat Man has made the comment, it's so nice to be able to grab like the little condiment containers. These are wonderful because they squeeze and they don't leak. So I got those at the Dollar Tree or Walmart. Well, I said the Dollar Tree. Anywho, but I have seen them at Walmart too, so you might want to look there. So I'm going to put this in a container. I'm going to eat my lunch, and then me and Carol Beth are going to be ready to go. Here is the meat in the slow cooker. I just kind of did it like that. The onions are at the bottom. They're just going to kind of do their thing. Hi, Hans. Okay, it is now Tuesday. I am so sorry I did not record yesterday afternoon. We got home from art, and I mean, it just got done. Clanging and a banging with them pots and pans getting ready for that girl, you know what I'm saying? When I got home, the house smelled so good. You know, I did those hamburger steaks in the crock pot. Y'all, game changer. Game changer. And I will definitely leave the link to Spend with Pennies down in the bottom. These, and I did not get a chance, I know, bad YouTuber, I am, to get a picture of the plates. They look so good, and it was delish. But y'all, these are what the patties look like, and I know right now they look dry. This is the next morning. I just took them out of the refrigerator. But they were so good and sitting in that juice, you know, just the hamburger juice. I took just a little bit of that hamburger grease and the beef juice that came out. I tried dipping my spoon past the grease point to the juice point, and got like a good half ladle of it. And I had a brown gravy packet, and I put it on the stove, and it calls for 1 cup of water. So I did the 1 cup of cold water, but I also threw that juice from the crock pot in there. And once I got it stirred up and mixed up and started going about halfway thick, I took all my hamburger patties out of the crock pot, scooped out all the onions, threw those in the gravy, threw a can of mushrooms in the gravy, and I just kind of let it simmer for about a minute, minute and a half, just kind of warm those mushrooms up and to get the gravy hot. And oh my word, everybody had a hissy over how good it was. And I made it 10, and notice my patties did not shrink. They stayed. Remember, I told you about them. They're starting out this big, but we'll see what we wind up with. It was ground 80-20 ground chuck from Walmart is what I used. And Erin taught us a trick. She's like, have you ever put a slice of cheddar cheese on your hamburger steak? And we're like, no, we do the gravy and onions. She's like, yeah, gravy and onions. And then put a slice of cheese on top of that. Okay, intriguing. And I wish I would have gotten a picture. We're going to do this for lunch today. So, when we heat up our lunch, I did not wake up until 10. It is 10:11 now. Well, I woke up about 10 till. What you see is what you get today, y'all. Hey! I woke up, got the cobwebs up my head. I have not even had a full cup of coffee. I know, and I'm talking to y'all like I'm a human. Yeah. I'm not talking with, yeah. Usually if I wake up before my coffee, it's like, but yeah, hey, Hans, it's because I like y'all. Y'all my good heifers. But yeah, once we heat up lunch plates, I will show y'all that. And I don't have any macaroni and cheese to show. And I don't have any fried okra to show. Because guess who snatched a plate to take to work? I'm assuming the boy took it because I have searched this fridge high and low. I ain't spotting that sucker nowhere. Yeah, no, it gone. It gone. And even Erin said that she liked our macaroni and cheese that way. Which I was shocked. Usually if you're the creamy kind, you don't like the poor man kind. But she liked it. It was exceptional. Brian actually assembled it. I made the pasta and he actually assembled it. So he put a lot of extra cheese. And it did. It made it so good. It was more cheese with macaroni. Alright. So I will be back and I will show you what those hamburger steaks look like.